What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us again at Investing City. Today we're trying something a little bit new, and as you can see down here, it's my face. So if you don't know what I look like, here I am. But this video is going to be about a little something called a compound interest calculator. So I've been thinking a lot lately how to make it more interesting, how to make investing more interesting for younger people, how to make investing more interesting in general. And I've heard from a lot of people, actually, that once they played around with something called a compound interest calculator, it really changed their interest level just because they could see how powerful it was. And so that's what we're going to do today. I hope it kind of unlocks something in you and that you can really just be set on fire for this because it can really change a lot of things. I'm not trying to say that in a slimy or persuasive kind of way, but yeah, let's just figure it out. Let's just play with it and see what happens. So, compound interest calculator, there's actually one on the www.investingcity.org site and under more resources if you're interested, but you can just type it in, compound interest calculator. And so we're just going to play around with it a little bit. So let's say you are fairly young and you've saved a lot of money from birthdays or Christmas or whatever. Let's say you end up with $5,000. And let's say you're going to college and you somehow scrape together $1,000 a year. Maybe you're working. That's pretty doable, I think. And during college, you just put your money into the market and you get a 10% return. Pretty much the historical average of the market, and you're left with $12,400. So it's not bad at all. But the thing about compound interest is that it's an exponential function. So linear functions go in a nice straight line, but an exponential function has a curve to it. And Einstein actually called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. And another person said the greatest shortcoming of the human race is that our brains fail to understand the exponential function. So that's some pretty high endorsement for compound interest, but let's just play around with it because the thing about compound interest is that the longer you keep your money in the market, the more you'll have by an exponential rate. And so it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. You can take that to the bank. So let's say you graduate college, $12,400, and let's say you get a job making, $50,000. And a 10% savings rate leaves you with $5,000. 10%, very doable, I believe. So $5,000, and let's say you love the job. It's just, you love this job. So you're there for 30 years. And you've been doing some serious research on Investing City, learn how to do a little bit of fundamental analysis on your own. And so we're going to get a 15% return, beating the market, hopefully. So right now, I just want you to guess in your head what you think this future value is. You think it's 1 million? You think it's 500,000? Just make a guess because, like I said, our brains have a hard time wrapping themselves around compound interest. And so just make a guess. And drum roll, please. 3.3. $3.3 million. If you're graduated college at 22, at 52, $3.3 million. That gives you a lot of wiggle room. A lot of people who are 50 haven't even started saving for retirement. And so $3.3 million, you could probably put a kid to college in 30 years. It's probably going to be, super expensive to go to college. Hopefully not. Hopefully somebody just comes and disrupts that model. But let's say it's going to cost you $200,000 for 4 years, and you have twins. But $400,000, you're going to be able to say, yes, you can go to college. And so how great is that? But the thing is, if you have more time in the market, it's even better. So let's say you're going to be a grandparent and you're still just trucking along. $55 million. That's some cash. Think about how many lives you can impact. Think about how generous you can be with your grandkids and your kids. And you can just, that just gives you so much freedom. That's what it's about. It's about freedom, making tomorrow better than today. And it's not about just greediness. It's not about making as much money as you can, because the thing is, it takes a while. But if you are responsible and you start earlier, but even if you don't, like, every bit matters so that you can just have freedom, because that's what it's all about. It's not about just hoarding money, because we're going to die one day and it's just going to be sitting there. It's about the freedom that it affords you. It's about being generous with others. And so that's really what investing can give you. That's what it offers. But let's just play around with it a little bit more. Let's say there's like some wild medical breakthrough and we can live to like 110. And so you put the money in the market for 70 years. I just want you to guess what an extra 20 years would give you. Maybe 100 million? Probably more than that. It just, our minds can't even comprehend almost $1 billion, $900 million. So if you're 92, you're just chilling with $1 billion, think it, you can just give it all away. Just like, take my money. And so that's just the great thing about investing. Starting with a measly, well, $12,000 is still a lot of money. Let's be honest. But from 12,000 to almost $1 billion, just because you're continuously throwing in the market, making 15%. And the thing is, if you get better at investing, if you move this 15 to 20%, like, the results are incredible. Let's see, at 72, 55 million. If you can bump this up to 20% somehow, 386 million. So just 5 percentage points can be the difference between multiplying your money by 7 times over 50 years. So just, if that's not enough of a persuasive argument that you can just be the most generous person in the world, I don't really know what it is, because think about how much impact you can have on other people, and that's what we're trying to do, right? We just have to make it impact. And so, yeah, hopefully you can learn some things in Investing City, and then we can just go on this journey together so that we can be the most generous people on the planet. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day.